Hello and welcome back to episode 5 of Unknown to World Known, Club 6. We're back with Barcelona, and we've had a little bit of a mishap in that I recorded a Supercup final with no audio. So we're back following the Supercup final and one further league game. Since you were last with us, it's been 4 games. We've played Real Sociedad and beat them 4-0. We then beat Atletico Madrid 5-0 in the Super Cup semi-final, and then Sevilla 2-1 in the final for our first major silverware of the save. And then we've had a shock loss to Tenerife, ending our unbeaten run in the league. And we're back now. We're second, 1 point behind Real Madrid. However, today we have got a chance to jump back above them. So we're going to play Alcorcon in the Copa del Rey, and then we've got our second El Clasico of the season, which wasn't planned, but we'll just have to roll with it, unfortunately, because I made a mistake. We're back with the lineup for the Alcorcon game. Okay, so we're going with a very strong lineup for this game. Claudimer, Deverne, Jorge and Sule, Nguyen at left back, Julio and Nico in midfield, Ortet, Carlos and Max, and then Jorge is up front. The reason we're going strong is under 19s were already playing today, and unfortunately that means some of the players I would have liked to brought in for rotation weren't available. We've only managed to get a few, including Max, and in fact I think that's it for the first 11, and then we've got one guy on the bench as well, and Nguyen is easily doing that long ball attempt behind, and Jean Carlos breaking now, ball through towards Jorge, who has, oh, that would have been a fantastic goal, but it hits the bar, and it's now there throwing. Sebar is going to try and get down the left-hand side. It's headed well away, and I'm not a fan of how much they've already been in our half, to be honest, and how much possession they're having as well. And I don't know what he was trying there, but Claudimer easily collecting the ball, which means Jorge and Sule can find a way out from the back. And now Max has gone on a brilliant run. Oh, and nearly going all the way. But now we've got a corner. Ortet whipping that in, and Max can't quite get his head on it. But surprising not to have a goal so far, to be honest. We might demand more on that basis. I thought this would be two-legged, but it does appear to just be the one leg. I thought the Copa del Rey was like double-legged pretty much all the way through. I think it used to be. There may have been a change in the last year or so from the looks of it. Another corner whipped in and another corner headed away. Combe picking up the ball, but then that's the end of the highlight there. And we've now reached the point where every highlight is us on the ball, and we're just going to be starting to bombard their goal. Jorge makes no mistake this time and makes it 1-0 with a very nice finish. And what we'll be looking to do in this game is particularly Nguyen and Deverne, probably Nico, get them off as early as we can because, of course, El Clasico coming up, which could decide quite a lot in terms of the league. Of course, oh, what a strike that was from Nico, and unfortunately hitting the post. And a decent little breakaway chance for them, but it's wasted. If we can beat Real Madrid, it would be massive in the title race because we'll go back above them. But if they beat us, that is very dangerous for us because we'd then drop 4 points behind them. And you start to get quite dangerous if you start dropping points. It becomes difficult to get them back in a league like this because Real Madrid aren't going to drop many points. We're going to send Havertz on as well as getting Nguyen off. I think that'll do us for now. And then we might just bring De Vrij off towards the end. And just keep him fit for the next game. Aarons is going to be available as well. I believe this one will be at our ground. I believe we played at the Bernabeu for the first game of the season. So hopefully, home advantage, we can secure a win. This has been a strange game because only 2-0 against them seems quite poor, but at the same time, it's 3-0, and we're not really. As long as we get the win, that's all that really matters. We've rotated a little bit. We're kind of playing, slower football and just trying to keep the ball a bit more than we do normally. And normally I like to go a bit more, try and get goals. In this, I'm kind of happy to just keep the ball away and try and keep our fitness levels up. And we have managed to see the game out. So 3-0 win, solid result. We're going to get straight into the El Clasico and go and see what we can do there. And we're back for El Clasico. We've returned back to our strongest starting 11 bar possibly one player. So Claudemer is in goal. Back four of Aarons, Pardini, Vinhas and Nguyen. Julio and Nico as the holding midfielders. Gerard on the right. Carlos through the middle. Conchiao on the left and Silva up front. It was meant to be Havertz through the middle. And the reason I said bar one is I think Damsgaard is our best left winger, but we've accidentally put Carlos in attacking midfield instead of Havertz as well. It'll be fine. We've found Aarons early on the right hand side. He's got back to Gerard, and it was a stroke of tactical genius. A stroke of tactical genius has ensured that Jean Carlos has managed to get us the first goal. So Aarons played it back to Gerard. Silva lays it off beautifully for Carlos and puts us 1-0 up. Leganes and Levante is the only other game, so I guess Atletico play tomorrow, and if they can win, they can go within 2 points of ourselves and Real Madrid, depending on the result of this. Nico finds Conchiao on the left-hand side, who's going to cut inside and does get brought down, but the ball falls kindly for Silva to make it 2-0. And that was a lovely little bit of luck coming our way to allow us to make that 2-0. Conchiao went with a strong run, and Valverde with the tackle, and then Silva has, I think he nutmegs Inaga. That's the story we're going with because that was phenomenal, and we're just going to say that was intentional. But 2-0 now, and we've got a chance here to really put a hurting on Real Madrid if we can keep this going. We've got a free kick now, which Conchiao is stood over. That's a very strange wall. And not a very good one because it's 3-0 before half time. Real Madrid have showed up at the Nou Camp, confident after our loss to Tenerife, and found themselves getting absolutely spanked in the first half and already being 3-0 up and cruising. They've now got a corner. We don't want to let them get back into this, particularly this early on in the second half. Taker's got some space and he's finds Xerxes, who's gone for goal, and Claudimer with an easy save there. And now he's going to just roll it out to Pardini, who's going to start to play out from the back. Gerard has got space to run up, and he's going straight down the wing. And the cross is blocked, but he plays it back to Fabio Silva, who finds Julio. Oh, if he'd made it 4. We're going to send Havertz on now for Carlos, just to revert back to what we intended at the start of the game. I think Havertz is a bit more of a controlling player than Carlos, who's more of a striker. He's more of like a second striker, whereas Havertz will control the play a bit more. Militao sending the ball inside, but the shot is blocked by Gerard. Pellegrini now trying to get down the left-hand side, plays back to Valverde, who crosses it in, and Vinhas heads away. Nico is leading the breakaway, finds Fabio Silva, who is just brought down by Tomori, and Tomori has took the book in there. Real Madrid have only managed 2 shots on target. We've been absolutely all over them, and we're going to send Nguyen into midfield so that Amrani can go into left back. And then we might just make one final change with, I think we'll send Ortet on for Gerard for the last 15 minutes or so. And we're going to praise them as well. The second half, we've not really kicked on, but we haven't needed to, because when you're 3-0 up at half time against Real Madrid, you do kind of just let it play out. Vinhas heads down to Nico, who finds Fabio Silva, and he's going round his man, tries to get it inside. It's well intercepted by Tomori, but we've nicked the ball back, and Havertz plays Nguyen through for Fabio Silva, and it is 4-0 at the Nou Camp against Real Madrid. Nico just nicking the ball back there, and 4 passes later, Fabio Silva is putting it in the back of the net and running off to celebrate. We've took Conchiao off due to injury. A pull through ball has ended up in Claudimer's hands, and it is looking like Real Madrid just don't know what's hit them today. Ortet plays it off to Aarons. Nguyen finds Havertz and Nico, Fabio Silva. And Pellegrini's just hacked Ortet down, and he's been sent off now. It's all gone wrong. And if Havertz can put this free kick in the top corner now as well, he does. It's 5. It's 5-0 at the Nou Camp. And he's gone and celebrated in front of the Real Madrid fans as well. You love it. Havertz with his 10th goal of the season. And an absolute decimation of Real Madrid. They actually had more possession, which I'm assuming is down to how often they were picking the ball out of their own net. Unbelievable result. And we are back on top of the league, 2 points clear of Real Madrid. And hopefully this time we can remain unbeaten. Well, since we had the bit of a slip up that's resulting in us coming back early, I think what we'll do now is we'll come back for Real Valladolid and the AC Milan game. I think it's unlikely there's going to be any transfer business. Except we have made one thing. We've got Christopher Labonte coming in the summer. He already looks very good, and actually Conchiao has requested a move, so he'll probably come in and replace Conchiao straight away. But he's coming in on a free transfer in the summer, unless we choose to use the buy now between now and the transfer deadline. And then we'll be back at the end of February. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like, comment down below how you think the rest of the season is going to go, how we're going to get on in that first knockout round, and do subscribe if you are enjoying the series. Thank you very much for watching.